Yeah, I wish I had my personal account.
Yeah, I hear you. No worries. And so to start off with like a little bit of background as to what's going on as we so this is the biggest Bitcoin conference in the world, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the biggest crypto associated event ever. The biggest one prior to that was Bitcoin 2021, and we have surpassed that event in tickets sold already, and we have 33 days to go. So most events sell like 50 to 60% of their tickets in the last 30 days. So this event is going to be much bigger than Bitcoin 2021. So yeah, I mean, once you're talking about like 25 to 30,000 people, like that's money 2020 status. So I think really do think that the Bitcoin conference and the fact that it's getting to this size and this level of legitimacy and the market can support a conference of that size really shows, how big and relevant Bitcoin is becoming.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. So can you do you have some of the numbers on like the size and scope of what's going on here that you could share?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So the Bitcoin conference, April 6th through the 9th, is going to be in Miami Beach, Florida, at the Miami Beach Convention Center. So this is pretty much the biggest venue in the greater Miami area. So it's a pretty large scope. It's a 4-day conference. We're expecting anywhere between 25 and 30,000 people. And what it's going to look like is 3 days of like just straight Bitcoin conference content and exhibitor floor with hundreds of Bitcoin companies, 4 different stages, that kind of stuff. So just think, Comic Con meets Money 2020 plus Bitcoin. That's what the first 3 days are going to be, and I can talk about the details of like what each day is kind of about. And then the fourth day, April 9th, is Sound Money Fest, which is a music festival about Bitcoin. So, or for Bitcoiners, it's massive artists like Steve Aoki, Run the Jewels, Logic, uh, Toki Monster. I should just post the poster inside the nest, but
Yeah.
yeah, I will. But it's going to be unbelievable, honestly. Like again, like really, I feel like 30,000 Bitcoiners come into Miami for the conference. Probably upwards of 100,000 crypto people in Miami for Bitcoin Week. That entire week, first week of April, pretty much, first full week of April. It's going to be massive. I don't know who is at Bitcoin 2021 in Miami, but the entire industry was in Miami then, and it's obviously much bigger. So yeah, I'll pass it back to you, Wolf, and I'll also go and try to go grab the poster.
Perfect. Yeah, I brought up a couple crypto friends as well in case they want to throw any questions out. Chad, what's going on, man?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think Bitcoin Magazine. I think what last year you guys had it at the Mana Wynwood Convention Center or just event center, and that was like max kind of 5, 6 to 7,000 people. And I think what this is basically double or triple the size.
The funny thing about Mana Winwood being max 6,000 people is that we put 12,000 people in there, and it was definitely way oversold. But yeah, no, this conference is going to at least be double last year's conference, if not more than that. And the venue itself, the Miami Beach Convention Center, like you can scale that up to like 60,000 people. So it's a much like
Sweet.
if you were at Mana Winwood, like let's very great venue. It was fantastic working with them, but the level of increased amenities that kind of come with being in a convention center is substantial.
Good stuff. Chad, I'll come back to you in a sec. Do you have any other follow-up questions there?
No, I'm good.
Cool, man. Yeah, definitely. If you have any other questions, I definitely want to dig in more into this event. But I know Taylor's up here too with the Bitcoin baddies. So I know you got Bitcoin in the name, so I wanted to bring you up. Did you have a question you want to ask, Taylor?
Because Bitcoin's alpha. That's why I look at Bitcoin as alpha of all the cryptos. So I wanted to know how is like the Bitcoin event that you guys are throwing, like how is it gonna go? Like is it gonna be ticket based? Like how do like people get invited to it? I'm trying
Oh
to
yeah,
figure.
yeah. So if you want, yeah, we should definitely hit on that. If you want to buy a ticket, we have 4 different tickets. Go to b.tc/conference. And there's many buttons that'll take you to our ticket page, but top right corner, there is a ticketing page, and from there, yeah, you can. There's 4 different tickets. If you just want to go to Sound Money Fest, which is the music festival, I think tickets for that, if you pay with Bitcoin, are under $100. We have a GA ticket, which gets you to 3 days of the conference. So our 2 GA days plus Sound Money Fest. We have an industry pass, which is a 4-day ticket, and you can think of that as like the business class ticket. Effectively, what we're doing is the first day of the conference is industry day, which is like much more of like the builders and the people who are running businesses and writing code in the space. It's more optimized for them. So that's what the industry pass is. It gets you access to that plus all the other stuff. And then finally, we have a whale pass, and that's like the VIP experience. You get a concierge that contacts you as soon as you buy the ticket. You have a golf cart driving you around, premium food and beverage, nightlife and parties planned every single night, backstage access behind the stages for all the DJs at Sound Money Fest. So that kind of idea with the VIP pass. So a lot of different options, pretty much every price range. Those who want to ball the f out to those who kind of want to try to be there on a budget. And again, a lot of reasons to go to the event. The entire Bitcoin ecosystem is going to be at the conference, and then I think the entire crypto ecosystem will be in Miami. So if you want to get a job in the space, like this is your time to do it. Like here's your chance. I've been at Bitcoin Magazine. There's a CK Snarks. I've been at Bitcoin Magazine since 2018, and I got that job going to a crypto conference. There's no better place to get in the Bitcoin industry than the Bitcoin conference. Like there's that event that I went to is nothing compared to this, and it's going to be wild.
So let's lay out some of it. Top speakers that are at this event. Obviously, you have Michael Saylor. Kathy's going to be there, I think. There's a few other big names in there. I guess like from last year to this year, what are you seeing in the difference in speakers, the content, things that are just going to be going on?
Yeah, I mean, so there's a lot of big speaker announcements to come. A lot of the biggest speakers, they really contact you at the end of like, oh yeah, hey, by the way, can I speak at this thing? And then you're like, oh god damn it, now I have to figure out how to make this work. But yeah, today we just announced Ricardo Salinas, who is like the 3rd richest man in Mexico and is a huge Bitcoin maximalist. So we're really honored to have him, and that's super exciting. He has put out a really interesting exclusive interview on Bitcoin Magazine, and he's constantly tweeting interesting things about Bitcoin. So that's a huge win. But some of the other really big names that have been confirmed, Cynthia Lummis, who is the most pro-Bitcoin senator. She's from Wyoming, so she was at the conference last year, and we're really honored to have her back. Jack Mallers, who is the CEO of Strike and one of the key players to help El Salvador make Bitcoin legal tender. He made that announcement with a video of President Bukele at Bitcoin 2021. So he's coming back, and President Bukele is actually coming to the conference from El Salvador in person, and he's like bringing a lot of people who are involved in trying to bring Bitcoin to other Latin American countries, other Central American and South American countries. And he has been teasing and has tweeted about setting up a massive announcement at the conference. You mentioned Kathy Wood. For those who are freedom fighters out there, a big name is Wyoming Park, who's Yeonmi Park, who is she escaped from North Korea. and eventually became a writer and a massive fighter, telling her story about escaping North Korea. And she is a Bitcoiner herself, so it's really exciting that she's a part of it. And Jordan Peterson is a huge name and thinker who's gotten into Bitcoin, and he has confirmed to speak as well. So those are just off the top of my head some of the top speakers, but you can go to the conference site and you can check out all the speakers. Literally hundreds of speakers. Again, the top builders of all the CEOs of all the top companies in the space. They're all going to be there. They're all sponsoring. If you just go to the site, you can see the sheer magnitude of this event.
Yeah, and I also, if people are listening, I do have I believe I have a discount code now that is live as well for the event. So I think I'm going to put that out for the audience. That's something that they can check out in case they want to come to this. In addition with that, I see we have a hand up from Tokodal.
Yep, Tokodal, hi. Hi, guys. Thank you for having me up. You just answered my first question about the speakers because I didn't go last year, and this would be my first Bitcoin conference. And I am coming with my 73-year-old mom, who's also a maximalist. My question is the second part of my question was I've got my tickets. We got our tickets. I'm not a whale, obviously. So we're a little bit nervous about not getting there and not getting set up. We're coming in on the 6th, so I won't be coming for the industry day, but I did do the thing where it's cool, you guys, how they sell the tickets and you can get your t-shirts with your ticket prices and everything. And so that's my second part of my question is there going to be a kiosk or something set up at the conference center where I will know where to go, because we're going to do a dry run on the 6th. Look, we're older and we just want to know where we're going once we get settled. And I just need to know, as far as registering, do I register the first day, since I'm not doing the first day, to get my t-shirt and then just come to everything the second day? Where do I go? That's all I need to know.
So these are great questions. In terms of early registration, I'm pretty sure you will be able to on the 6th to get your wristband and stuff like that. We're really trying to enable early registration to minimize the line situation on GA day number 1.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't have an answer about I don't have the answer to the second part of your question. So I don't know if you'll be able to poke around there or get your t-shirt. But I'm fairly confident that you will be able to register early on the 6th. And,
Gotcha.
again, if your mother needs a golf cart or something like that, we will have those facilities there.
Okay.
So, I have to double check exactly how we're accommodating people who, maybe handicap or something like that or older. So I have to double check on that. But I would recommend we have a contact form. All the customer service agents know all the rules and details very, very in detail. So I would recommend to reach out to them, and they can give you further guidance.
I appreciate that, because I pick up a lot of stuff from, Twitter Spaces and hearing about, especially in Puppy's room, talking about, how the lines were long.
I'll be there next.
First morning. Okay. So yeah, I'll see you guys there. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Perfect. Real quick, CK. So this is confirmed. This is the largest in-person crypto event in the world.
Oh yeah, I mean it's not even close. I think the biggest one before this was 8,000 people, and that was Consensus 2018. So Bitcoin 2021 was 12,000, and I assure you this will be close to double that.
Love it.
So yeah, it's going to be huge. Nothing in Asia quite compares. And I mean, I know people here, a lot of people are into crypto, and Bitcoin Magazine is Bitcoin only. The Bitcoin conference is Bitcoin only, but we're not per se anti anything. We're just pro Bitcoin. But this event is a Bitcoin only event, and that's how big it is, right? So I really do think it speaks volumes, and the entire greater crypto industry is still coming to Miami. Last year it was kind of hilarious. We had the Bitcoin conference, Bitcoin 2021, and then in our wake there was Shitcoin 2021 that also got organized. So there's going to be a ton of side events. All the clubs are going to be taken over by crypto stuff. All the billboards, all the cabs. It's all going to be Bitcoin and crypto. It's going to be pretty spectacular. So everyone that was there last year knows what it was like, and this year again, it's going to be 2 to 3x as big. And again, it just shows how big Bitcoin is getting because this is a Bitcoin only event.
Love it. So I just went ahead and I pinned up top, and everybody can check that out. That is my discount code if you would like it. So right now there's multiple packages like CK mentioned. There's the just the festival ticket. There's the GA pass, the industry pass. I'm going to do the industry pass. I will see y'all there on that. If anybody's a whale in the crowd, whale it up. Have that time. It's incredible connections you'll be able to make, and I think you'll really enjoy it. But again, you can get 10% off, which is hundreds of dollars on some of these larger packages. So I definitely recommend checking that out as well. As that'd be, I think if it works on the whale pass, it's over $1,000 that you're saving.
Oh yeah, it works on all the passes.
Word.
And if you pay with Bitcoin, you save as well. So you can stack the Wolf 10 promo code with paying in Bitcoin.
Love it. Love it. So definitely check that out if you're in the crowd. Okay, so I think what a lot of people are curious about here and why a lot of people go to in-person events is for the networking, right? They want to have the opportunity to meet people.
Yes, sir.
If you could dive a little bit into what the networking opportunities are like, especially if someone wanted to meet maybe some of the speakers or some other people, like if there's opportunity for that, and just different things and like what comes with different packages with like access, right?
Well, if you want to meet speakers, the best chance to meet speakers is to get a whale pass. That's the VIP pass. But obviously that's going to cost you, but that will give you access to VIP events and VIP events effectively every single night that only whale pass holders and speakers will be attending. So that's the best way to increase your chances of, rubbing shoulders with the who's who and the speakers at the event. Beyond that, this is going to be the ultimate networking event ever in the space. It's not even nothing comes close. It's going to be absolutely insane. Last year, I believe Coinbase took over an entire hotel in Miami Beach, the nicest hotel in Miami Beach, and had a massive party for all their employees. I know Gemini did the same. This is industry wide. Everyone is spending lots of marketing dollars, bringing their entire teams there. I can tell you that a lot of people from around the industry will be attending. If you go and look at our sponsor page, it's pretty much everyone. So go take a look at that. Go to our site. It's on the homepage. You can see for yourself. And we have an exhibitor hall that's open all 4 days. So people are there trying to obviously sell their stuff, but also trying to hire because they know how many Bitcoiners are going to be in town for the event, and every single company is also hosting their own happy hours and after parties and things like that. So you should go there ready to work. You should get in the Telegram group for the conference. You should get in the Discord channel. You should go find all the other Telegram groups that pop up, and invest in yourself. Go to the conference and network, start a business, get a job, meet your best friend. This is what the Bitcoin conference is all about. I do these spaces all the time, but I tell people when the agenda comes out in the next couple weeks, mark the go-to things that you have to go see in person. Everything else, we're going to get the videos out on our YouTube page, within hours of the event happening, and everything should be 100% available on YouTube within 2 weeks of the conference. So, you can watch all the content without actually even going, and watching it on stage. And I would recommend you spend the entire time having a great time, talking to people, shaking hands, networking.
Yeah, that's exactly why I go to these things. It's to walk around and meet people and have that opportunity. So it's definitely exciting. Another thing I noticed that there's several stages. So there's the Nakamoto stage, Genesis, mining, open source, enterprise, and it says 2 more to be announced. So are people going to kind of get a schedule with all the stages and all the speaker times that they're speaking, and then be able to kind of plan it out similar to like a festival?
Yes, and there will be an app as well where you can effectively make your own schedule, and they'll send you a little push notification, when you need to start heading over there and things like that. So again, this is a next level event. You're not just showing up to a hotel conference room. This is the real deal. The Miami Beach Convention Center. There'll be the Bitcoin 2022 app. Everyone will have their own custom schedule, and like Wolf said, there's already 4 stages that are announced. One of those stages, the enterprise stage, that is only for industry pass and whale pass holders. But all the other stages are available for everyone. And what your Nakamoto stage is the main stage. Genesis stage is kind of like the announcement stage, and then we have the open source stage, which is think of a stage that's dedicated just for people who are building software, open source software for Bitcoin. So it's the most hardcore Bitcoin content possible. No BS, no whatever. It's technical. It's about privacy. It's about security. It's about what hardcore Bitcoiners want to see in an event. And then we have a stage that's dedicated specifically for the industry of mining. So mining is a huge aspect of Bitcoin. Mining public mining companies are becoming a huge aspect of the stock market. And we're seeing mining becoming a huge part of what's happening geopolitically. So it deserves its own stage. So that is, all of these stages, like the Nakamoto stage is 16,000 people. So that's a massive stage. But all of these stages are 1,000 plus people stages. So, all of these stages are massive, productions, and they're going to have the best content possible with the best people possible in the space.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I brought up another person, might be George or Jorge, one of the two. Did you have a question? Let's see. Jorge, Tech Cortez. You got a question?
How you doing? How you doing, everybody? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Thank you guys so much. Yeah, I just wanted to say that Miami is preparing for this, and just across the county, there's gonna be multiple ways for people to arrive early. This is gonna be a massive festival all across Miami-Dade County, and we're so grateful for having the big conference here, and so happy to be here as well. We are at the intersection of art and our crypto art community here in Miami, and we're so glad to have people coming with questions and participate in all of the activities across the city. I'm sorry, you mentioned something. Did you ask me something specifically? I couldn't hear you well at the beginning.
No, I was just seeing if you had any questions.
I was just would love to know more questions about media coverage. I have tons of new media outlets from Latin America coming to explore how to get the latest info or how to plug with you guys. And so these are influencers or media outlets in Spanish. So I just wanted to know how much coverage there is in Spanish as well.
Yeah, no, there's going to be an enormous amount of Spanish language coverage, and we're working on getting some translations on some of the live streams as well. But if you want, feel free to message me. I can try to ping you my personal account's Telegram, and you can make some recommendations. But like Jorge said, Miami, like, this is a big deal for Miami. This, like, I'm trying to, for people who haven't been to the Bitcoin conference, I'm trying to paint the picture. Like, the mayor of Miami works with us personally to put this event on. The city of Miami is preparing. The airport is already completely Bitcoined out. And a lot of people are getting orange pilled just because of how much is happening around the city for this event to go on. I know that people are trying to throw parties and stuff like that, and all the venues are sold out across the entire city. So this is something that's on the map in Miami. I think Jorge can confirm that again, but I'm really excited for Bitcoiners to arrive in Miami in 33 days and see it for themselves, because I think that they're going to be really impressed with what the Bitcoin community is doing, because the only reason we can do this event at this scale is because the community, and the market can support it.
Yep, you're totally right. at the personal level, I have been building ecosystem, Miami's technology ecosystem for about 10 years, creating multiple concepts of co-working spaces, including an advisory that I did for the Bitcoin Blockchain Center. The center was open for about 2 years until COVID came, and when the Bitcoin conference wanted to come into Miami, we not only trying to find the best ideal places for the big conference to land, but also the infrastructure across the county had to be really prepared for this. And we're glad that this is happening. Mayor Suarez, it's just the mayor of one municipality, which is City of Miami, and Miami-Dade County has 34 different municipalities like Miami Beach, Miami Lakes, and so on and so others. But the whole Miami-Dade County is prepared for this, for a major event like this, and we want Bitcoin to stay in Miami, and we want to drive decentralization from Miami. And we're so glad to have this tremendous amount of people coming from all over the U.S. and the world to know and to participate of the transfer of knowledge that Bitcoin is, and Bitcoin is freedom. So we celebrate that. Actually, I should say that the Miami-Dade County created a Miami-Dade County cryptocurrency task force in order to also adapt and perhaps adopt Bitcoin. And I'm part of that cryptocurrency task force for the county, and I'm glad to say that Bitcoin is really first option for the county to perhaps accept payments in the near future, or perhaps pay employees. This is what we're exploring here in Miami beyond just the US dollar.
Jerome Powell just said that that there can be two reserve currencies. So I think the Overton window is really moving on that. And if there can be two reserve currencies, why not Bitcoin? The most globally distributed. Bitcoin is creeping closer and closer to the top 10 in terms of global currencies. It's I really think that this is the beginning of the next phase for Bitcoin, and the fact that there's a 30,000 person Bitcoin event is kind of testament to, again, the legitimacy of this movement, and it's not slowing down. That's for sure.
Awesome. Thanks, George.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you so much. I wouldn't be surprised that another Latin American country adopts Bitcoin, and even California already introduced this bill to make Bitcoin legal tender just last week or a couple of weeks ago. So we're very happy to follow and carefully those steps and how they're doing it. We wanna do it here in Florida as well.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Looks like we have a question from Bitcoin Izzy.
Well, hello. First of all, I will introduce myself. I am a 12-year-old investor who is trying to get a bunch of Gen Z on board. And basically, my question is, do you know if there's a lot of Gen Z going to the crypto conference at all? Or even alone any?
So I don't have the exact numbers off the top of my head. I do know that there will 100% be a decent amount of Gen Zers, especially because Gen Zers are like kids that are born in the 2000s. So that means there's 21-year-olds who are Gen Zers. But yeah, so there will for sure be a decent amount of Gen Zers. We're working really hard to get a lot of college students at the event. And a lot of college students are really interested in Sound Money Fest. It's a fairly affordable, really awesome party. So again, check out that link at the top. But yeah, Bitcoin Izzy, really awesome that you're 12 and you're an investor and that you're into Bitcoin. I'm kind of curious. Are you looking to go with like your parents? Like, how are you planning on coming to the conference? What's your ideas here? There's definitely going to be a lot of fun stuff there that you'd probably enjoy.
Yeah, trust me, I wish I could go, but I'm not sure that I'm gonna be able to make it this year. I might next year, because it would be quite a bit of money to fly out there and stuff like that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's not cheap, but yeah, I would say to answer your questions, a lot of Gen Zers will be there, and maybe not this year for the Bitcoin conference, but you should email Bitcoin Magazine, or you should DM Bitcoin Magazine, or DM the conference. Figure, communicate with us. We'd love to enable a young Bitcoiner to be at the Ultimate Bitcoin Gathering when it happens next year.
Nice. Making it come true. Awesome. Appreciate you coming up, Bitcoin Izzy. Shout out for what you're doing, and keep rocking out. All right. PJ, what's going on? That is PJ Cat's Music. I see you on stage. Do you have another question that you would like to throw out?
Nope. I'm just excited to be there. I have no idea why I was on speaker, but thank you for everything.
PJ, what are you excited for?
I used to live in Miami a long time ago. So this is huge for me. 2 years being a Bitcoiner. Going down, I want to learn how to maximize my Umbral node. I want to party and enjoy the weather. And really just be surrounded by people with the ultimate goal to being self-sovereign and, just to, I guess, just make relationships with people with like-minded ideas and see smiling faces without masks. That'd be awesome.
Well, PJ, I don't know if you went to Bitcoin 21, but that's exactly what this conference is about. So all the above, you're going to the right place. And like you mentioned, Miami in April, that's the best time to be Miami. So if you're out in the Northeast, you're going to be defrosting and feeling real good in a t-shirt
Spring
out
break.
in Miami. Exactly.
Thank you guys for everything. And I'm going to, one quick logistical question. When we purchased the tickets, it was just an email, and I don't know if it just said, is there another email that comes with our ticket, or is that initial email enough to just print out and then bring with us, or is there something else coming?
Yeah, no, you should be receiving a ticket from Tixer. Once you have the ticket from Tixer, that should be good enough to get your wristband. But yeah, there should also be a regular email that you had the option to subscribe to when you purchase your ticket. You can still just subscribe to that on our website, b.tc/conference. Highly recommend that if you just want to get the drip of information. It's just one email a week. So at this stage, that's 4 emails, and you can unsubscribe. So I think it's worth it.
Awesome. I'm going to sit myself out. Thank you, guys.
Hey, CK, somebody asked if they buy a ticket and then for some reason they're not able to come, if there's any secondary market or transferring to a friend or anything like that.
Yes to both. We have a Discord group as well as a Telegram group, and people are active in there. But I would warn people, be aware of scamming. You can reassign a ticket within our ticketing platform, which is called Tixer. So make sure you don't get scammed if you're buying a resold ticket or if you're selling tickets. So just protect yourself on that front. It's a secondary market that we're not liable for.
What's the best way for people to not get scammed, to avoid that? What question should they do?
Yeah, so make sure that your ticket gets reassigned to you if you're buying a ticket, and then make sure that you get the ticket before you send them the Bitcoin if you're sending them Bitcoin. And yeah, it might even be easier to send it over a P2P thing like Cash App or something like that. But yeah, again, just make sure that you get the ticket is reassigned in your name and you control that. It's kind of not your keys, not your coins, not your email and name on the ticket, not your ticket. And yeah, just take best practices before you send someone Bitcoin to assure that you get your tickets.
Cool. Sounds good. All right. Izzy, you have another question?
Yeah, do you know how much the tickets are?
Yeah, so we have all kinds of deals to hook up people who normally would not be able to afford a ticket. So please ask if that's you. But right now, the GA ticket in Bitcoin is like $500, and in fiat is like $700. But you could have bought the ticket 9 months ago for under $200. So we do try to make it affordable. And even at this late stage in the game, if you look at other conferences, you'd be looking at $1,000 to get in. So we try to have the wide array of conference tickets, so that way, for people who want to ball out, they can. But it's still affordable, even for people who are trying to jump in a little bit late in the game here, 33 days out.
Nice. Okay, we had somebody else, but I saw that they dropped down instead. So I want to bring it back into this. So at this conference, which is going to be going on for 4 days, we've talked about a couple of the speakers that are going to be here, but there's more to just the speakers and the conference to the experience, right? It's a full-on experience. Can you dive a little bit more into what that experience is?
Yeah, no, great question. So let me just walk everyone through what it's like to get through security and then walk through the conference. So the very first thing that's going to happen is you're going to get through security, you're going to get your pass, and then there's like a driveway on the left hand side. They're going to be setting up an outdoor stage for Sound Money Festival because there's going to be a concert there. And then on the right hand side is going to be the Miami Beach Convention Center. People are going to enter the convention center. It's a massive lobby, massive escalators going up to the second level, and then a massive entryway into the main exhibitor hall. Once they're in the exhibitor hall, they're going to see hundreds of booths. So these are, range from smaller size booths, 7 foot by 7 foot by 7 foot, to big custom productions of every, Bitcoin company out there. A rule is you have to interact with the Bitcoin protocol to qualify to sponsor. So every company that is there interacts with the Bitcoin protocol in their business in some way. And yeah, I mean, again, hundreds and hundreds, 300-400 sponsors filling up that area. Behind the exhibitor hall is what was one of the fan favorites from last year, but is an art gallery. So we're partnering with the best artists in the Bitcoin space. And we're creating this incredible art gallery. So you're going to be able to go see amazing art. I've had a lot of people tell me last year that, wow, I didn't know how deep Bitcoin art was, but Bitcoin art is really something special, and it's going to add a really awesome visual component to the conference. And then on that floor, in that main floor area, there'll be multiple entrances to get into the main stage. And like I said, the main stage is 16,000 people this year. So for those who are at Bitcoin 21, the main stage was 4,000 people. So this main stage is 4 times as big and hosts 4 times as many people. So we are preparing for some massive announcements and a lot of people in there. Last year, there's some moments where it was standing room and the fire marshal got upset about that. So obviously, we're trying to manage expectations with some of these massive announcements and have a lot of room inside the main stage area. Also on the first floor is the mining stage and the open source stage, which will each have their own lobbies. So for the people who are like, I'm just there for mining, or I'm just there for the tech, they'll have their own area where you can kind of just hang out and be by the stage and have seating and have drinks and coffee and all that kind of stuff nearby. There's going to be a lot of food vendors outside of the conference hall. We've had a lot of success with food trucks, and we are doing our best to have everyone Lightning enabled throughout all the vendors. The outside vendors. Inside, there's going to be food and drink, and it's going to be kind of like a combination between an industry, like a big industry event, with a Comic-Con vibe, and then obviously everything is Bitcoin themed. So there's a lot of surprises I haven't indulged or divulged because I would get kicked for doing that. But again, we are trying to really surprise and shock Bitcoiners with the production of this event. So people should be really excited.
Love that. And, kind of in the same note, So obviously there's a massive sponsors that are involved with this. There might be people in the crowd that are curious about sponsoring something like this in the future. Would you be open to like sharing like what sponsors are getting from this and kind of what comes with that?
Honestly, I'm not the right person to go over all of those details. Effectively, we have like 4 different sponsor tiers. We have Moon sponsors. So this year, so far, Moon sponsors are XBTO, Marathon Digital, Curve, Galaxy Digital, and BitGo. Then we have what we call 3-block sponsors. So like we're looking at like 25 3-block sponsors, 2-block sponsors. So you're looking at like 35, 40 3-block or 2-block sponsors, including Robinhood and Mastercard. So obviously some bigger non-crypto brands, non-Bitcoin brands starting to get into the mix. And then 1-block sponsors is everyone else, and that includes the Marlins. So again, if you're talking about Miami starting to really get serious about Bitcoin, we're working with the Marlins. We're working with many other companies in that sphere. And when you look at our one block sponsors, you're looking at over 100 sponsors just in that tier alone. So, the amount ranges. It's much cheaper to get and much easier to get a good deal if you sponsor early on. And we're usually selling sponsorships within 8 months of the next conference. If you want to learn more, you can go to our website, and I don't know if they're still making the media kit available, but yeah, you can. There's a tab called Why Sponsor, and you can throw your email in there and get in touch with our sales team. But they can definitely talk a lot more about those kind of details.
Cool. That really does sound good. All right. Looks like we had another person that came up. Lola.btc, did you have a question?
I do. Can you guys hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Great. So thanks for holding this space. And I just have a couple questions for you. Mainly, okay, I went to the conference last year and I had a blast. And I'm going this year. I bought a whale pass this year because I had so much fun last year. And
Amazing.
So I'm getting to Miami Tuesday afternoon. So how do I find out? And I know there's the concierge who I never responded to when I got the email. What's the best way for me to I want to find out what's going on from the very beginning, because that's why I'm going to Miami and I'll get there Tuesday.
Well, Lola, first, thank you so much for going to Bitcoin 21 and buying the whale pass for Bitcoin 22. We're really excited to host you. In terms of how to best navigate the week, I would really recommend actually reaching out to the concierge, because they're gonna do everything in their power to take care of you.
All right.
So whether that is
all right.
Yeah, so I can, if you want, I can DM you or something and maybe, give you their email directly. But I would really recommend work with the concierge, because they'll like make your experience excellent. But beyond that, on our website, if you go to the More tab, there's actually a link for Bitcoin Week. And Bitcoin Week walks through all of the kind of side events that are happening at the conference. So right now the page is a little bit thin, but pretty much in the next 2 weeks, that Bitcoin Week page gets populated with tens, if not hundreds, of side events that are happening. There are also several channels. So we have a Discord channel and a Telegram channel. And a lot of other channels open up inside of Telegram specifically, where people kind of organize and rally and coordinate around different events. So it's impossible to get a complete picture of everything that's happening at Bitcoin Week, but between our official Bitcoin Week page, as well as trying to get on a couple of those different Telegram groups, especially our official one, that will kind of help you try to figure out what events are happening. And I know for a fact that there is a awesome side event that's going to be happening on Tuesday night. It's the Miami Beefsteak. That is probably one of the hardest events to get to. You have to follow a person named @AwaySlice, and he'll be posting about it. So if you can follow him, and I think he's going to announce it next week, ticket sales for that worth every single penny, and tickets will go fast.
And what did you? His name is at what? Away.
At Away, so the at symbol Away
Yep.
Slice.
AWAYSLICE.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Okay. And as far as the concierge, I can look in my email to see if I'll find it. Otherwise, I'm happy to DM you after, later on, if that works.
Just email ck@bitcoinmagazine.com. So there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks.
CK, so a couple more questions. Somebody said you mentioned a Discord beforehand. Where can they find the Discord?
Everything is on the website, but I'll try to go find the Discord and pin it up maybe when the next person asks a question.
Yeah, I wasn't seeing it on the website. Maybe it's under... Maybe it's under contact or something? Yeah, I actually don't see it on the website either. But yeah, we'll find the Discord.
Yeah, I'll get the link and grab it.
Okay, sounds good. And then the other thing was, one more time. So you mentioned through the Discord, because somebody's asking about this. They mentioned about transferring tickets. Sounds like they want to transfer a ticket to someone. The best place to do that is through the Discord?
So just quickly, to clarify, the Discord is where there's going to be like a secondary market. So that's where you find a buyer. If you actually want to reassign a ticket, you need to do that within our ticketing platform. It's called Tixer, Tixr. But if you have a ticket, you know what Tixer is because you got some emails from them with your actual ticket in it. But you'd have to go into Tixer and reassign the ticket. And if you're buying a ticket, you need to make sure that ticket is reassigned to your name.
Got it. Tixr. They would go into that platform, and then basically they would just be able to log in and have it transferred through there.
Yes, exactly.
Cool. Sounds good. Hopefully they're listening and they got that. Great questions, Lola. Did you have any others?
No, that's everything. I'll go ahead and take a look at. I'll go into. I was looking for the Telegram group, but I'll go ahead and I'll find it. I'll find the info.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yep.
Appreciate
awesome.
it.
All right, Fiat Fire. Do you have any questions?
Yes, I'm a conceptual artist, and I burn fiat currency as part of my artwork. And I was wondering if it's still if it's too late to participate in any of the Bitcoin art that's going on down there.
Your art sounds awesome, but it's pretty late in the game, so I think it would be tough. But I would recommend so we have a. So if you go to our website, you go to the experience, go to the art gallery. I am not sure. Yeah, I think you cannot. You can no longer. Apply. So yeah, I think applications are closed. But what I would still do is I would message our contact form. So if you just hit contact and make yourself known, hopefully you get forwarded to the decision maker and. You can try to get in next year with much more time in advance.
All right, thanks, man.
Okay, good stuff. All right, Zane, do you have a question? Paging BTC meditation. That was the username that I see. One more time, BTC meditation. And by the way, if anyone's in the audience, again, we have CK, who is the managing director for the Bitcoin Magazine. The Bitcoin Magazine is putting on the largest cryptocurrency in-person event conference in the world, and that is going to be in Miami in about a month and 2 days, it looks like. So we are talking here. There is up top, if anybody's interested in looking at tickets, we have a 10% discount code. That is the last pinned tweet you can check out. We're talking through the event, the experience, the speakers, the sponsors, all that different type of stuff, and happy to take any questions, from people that are in the audience. So once again, feel free to request if you do want to come up and chat with us. We'll probably run another 10-ish minutes throughout this. So one of the things I wanted to dig in with a little bit more is the type of content that you expect from the speakers and how that ranges. So you're obviously very familiar with Bitcoin. Could you break down for people if there's maybe different like segments within Bitcoin that you think will be touched on, different topics, and perhaps which speakers might be touching on those?
Yeah, so I can't really divulge anything that hasn't been announced. The entire agenda will be announced within the next couple of weeks. But the topics that have been announced, there is a panel with Kathy, or not a panel, a fireside chat between Kathy Wood and Michael Saylor, talking about the optimistic view on the future, obviously centered around Bitcoin. So that's a really exciting panel. There are a few really awesome privacy panels with some never before seen on stage privacy experts in the open source area. So that's really exciting. And in general, I would say that what is really going to get people excited is a lot of the announcements that are happening at the conference. A lot of companies and projects in the space have really been working towards and building for specific goals that they can announce it at this event. So there's just going to be big news popping off left and right in general. But we with our programming, we're trying to keep it very exciting. We're trying to not to keep. We want to have conversations that get into the nuances. But at the same time, we recognize that we're attracting a wide variety of different people who have different levels of expertise within Bitcoin and an understanding of Bitcoin. So the content really ranges the gamut from more beginner and mainstream kind of oriented content on the main stage to getting really deep into the technical stuff on the open source stage and really deep into the mining business on the mining stage. So again, I think it's a pretty wide variety of content. Everything is going to be focused on Bitcoin specifically, but it's going to touch on every aspect of Bitcoin, and we're going to do our best to have different types of content that reach different folks and excite different folks within the space.
Sweet. Looks like we have another person requesting. We'll just take a few more questions. While they're coming up, what are you most looking forward to, CK?
Man, I mean, honestly, I'm excited for it to happen. The feeling that you get as an organizer when things are going well is really unbelievable. And, it's going to be hard to make history more than we did last year with with having the announcement for El Salvador making Bitcoin legal tender. But, we're really hopeful that we can do that again, and we can do something really special at this event where people will really remember as being a special time in Bitcoin and a special time in their personal journeys in Bitcoin. So I just want to make that happen. There's a lot of details, a lot of logistics, a lot of moving parts. So I'm very much in the weeds these days, and I'm excited for it to happen, for it to be successful, for us to hopefully make history, and for people to have an amazing time.
Sweet. Definitely looking forward to that. All right, Patty Kabbalah, do you have a question? Paging Patty Kabbalah. Once, twice, 3 times. Do not hear. I always wonder why people come up and then don't speak. All right.
They want to farm followers.
It's concerning.
I don't think they're getting any followers from coming up and not speaking. Okay, I look like I have a few more. All right, someone said, are volunteer positions still open for the conference?
Yes, they are. Check out our Twitter page. You can we're advertising it heavily, and if you really don't want to pay to go to the event, even though there's a lot of options for you to just enjoy and be an attendee, volunteering is a great option, and you can be part of the team. So if you volunteer, we'll probably meet. I'll shake your hand, and we'll work together to make this thing happen.
Perfect. Yeah. So that is, if you go on the website for those that want, there's a more tab, and then it says get involved, and then there's volunteer at B22.
And there's apply now. There's also host satellite events and other stuff. Submit your startup for pitch day, become a B22 affiliate, which is what I'm doing. Even apply for student financial aid. There's a whole lot of stuff on here that you can go ahead and check out. Did you have a chance to post a link to the Discord yet?
So I am having trouble finding a tweet, even though I have a link. So I will send that info to you afterwards, and I'm gonna ping the people who manage the website and make sure that it's really obvious when people get to the homepage for them to get to the Discord. So we're gonna try to fix that discovery issue post this call.
Okay, that's definitely a good idea. I wasn't able to find it, but hopefully they'll make it a little bit easier. But yeah, that's for volunteer stuff. Okay, so we ran almost a full hour. This was awesome. Really excited we were able to do this with the Bitcoin Magazine account. Hopefully you get your account back on as well soon, and everything is working with that. Are there any things that we didn't touch on that you would want to go over?
Yeah, I want to make a shout out for Brian Estes, who's in the audience. He's one of our speakers and someone who's been a part of the Bitcoin conference and supported BTC Inc. for a long time. So shout out to you, Brian, and looking forward to seeing you at the conference. And for everyone else in the audience, come to the event. You won't regret it. The money you pay is an investment in yourself. It's going to be absolutely awesome. I'm working my tail off to make sure that that's a fact. And it's really going to be special. Every time we do one of these things and we make it bigger and better than the year before, we always think can we outdo this the next year? So the answer is I don't know if we can. This year is really outdoing Bitcoin 2021. So come experience it yourself. Go to Sound Money Fest, and at the very least, just come to Miami and go to all the free crazy side events on the side. So you don't even have to pay us or come to our event. It's still going to be worth it to come to Bitcoin Week in Miami. It'll be an amazing investment in yourself. And again, the best part about these events is networking. And there's no better place on the planet to network for Bitcoin than in Miami, Florida, April 6th through the 9th.
You heard it here first, folks. Awesome. Taylor, any other questions from yourself?
No, that was it. Expect me at the Bitcoin conference this year.
There you go. You sold her, CK.
Bang, bang. All right. Well, thanks a lot. Look forward to meeting you in person. I know you got that industry pass, which is a great choice. And I know it's going to be a blast. So 33 more days. I think there's going to be one more ticket price increase. So y'all, if you're going to go, get your ticket now. Use Wolf10 to get 10% off. Pay in Bitcoin to save an incremental large savings. And make the investment in yourself to be at the ultimate Bitcoin gathering.
Hell yeah, 100%. I'll do my best to get some VIP exposure too. We'll see what we can make happen. Everything will be a good time. But shout out CK. Thank you, Taylor, for doing this with me. Thanks everyone who hopped in and listened. If you missed it, we went over a ton of information regarding the Bitcoin conference, speakers, sponsorships, opportunities, experience, last year, this year, stats, much more. It's all recorded. The recording is going to be on my timeline, and I'll be back on Spaces in 1 hour at 4 p.m. EST to recap the week in the market with stock market news. We'll be doing FinTwit Friday. We do it every week. Thanks, everyone who tuned in. Looking forward to Bitcoin conference. I'll be down there. I'm coming down March 30th to Miami for the NFT conference. That's the week before. And then I'll be there for the Bitcoin conference too. So see everyone there. Take care.
And they're even put an NFT